Hello, everyone. Wanted to make a quick video here about the thesis statements for the Great Migration Research Project. I'm kind of giving you a formula, right, of creating this tentative thesis statement in a way that's kind of easy, straightforward, but makes sense and will make completing the project that much easier. You're not necessarily tied down to the first thesis statement you create. But creating a thesis is the best way to get started because you'll know what you're arguing, right? Why it's important, and what you plan to discuss in the paper. And those are really the three things, again, that should be in this 1 to 2 sentence thesis statement. I'm not expecting a whole paragraph to start. I'm not expecting pages upon pages, just 1 to 2 sentences in a thesis that lays out your argument. And once you get this kind of down in a position that works for you, the rest of the paper kind of writes itself because you'll know exactly what you're doing, where you're going, and why. Again, specifically for this tentative thesis statement, you should lay out what you intend to argue, right? That's the what you intend to argue. And that what begins with your answer to the main research question, right? The main research question is, was the Great Migration beneficial or detrimental? Right, so your specific answer to that is the beginning of your thesis. That's what you're arguing. In addition to what you're arguing, you should already be thinking about why it's significant, why it's important, what it kind of tells us in a larger sense about this period, about African American history, U.S. history, what have you. So think about the why, the significance, and the how. Right? How are you going to prove it specifically in this paper? You should already begin thinking about the 2 or 3 topics or themes, the main character, right, that you're going to be using to discuss this to prove your point. I'm pushing you to be really specific here at the beginning, even though some of this may change later, because otherwise the project can get too big and too out of control. Right? You're really not going to have the time and space to talk about more than 2 or 3 kind of major themes. Right? So I'm pushing you in this tentative thesis statement to lay out those 3 things at the beginning, right? What you're arguing, why it's significant, how you're going to prove it specifically in this paper. And once you get that done and submitted, you'll be ready to go. Thanks.